Matthew 25 and verse 1, and it says, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. All praises, honor, and glory be to the God of heaven and earth, Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Bless the Lord Yahweh and his Son Yahweh Shai. Kol Holoyim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All praises be to the Most High and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Wah, which means and Yahweh Shai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel. Barakim La, Habayath, Madabadah. Blessings to the house of David, which ye brothers labor in, day in and day out, and to the Akim and Akwath, the brothers and sisters that listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached on the four corners of the earth. Unto you, I say Shalom. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is the brother Sagalah, back with another lesson, all through the Spirit. I pray this lesson is edifying, exhorting, and comforting, which is Philippians 4 and 7, the peace that surpasseth all understanding, which is this truth. And we're speaking about the wise and the foolish, right? The wise and the foolish. So the wise virgins took oil with them, but the foolish ones, they did not, right? They didn't take enough oil in their vessels. Now, you go over here to Matthew 22, just to add to that, Matthew 22 and verse 8, it says, Then saith he to his servants, speaking of Yahweh Shai, the wedding is ready. So amongst those wise virgins, right, that wedding is the marriage feast, which is going to be Yahweh Shai adopting the elect back to the Most High, right? Us being brought back in good standing again by being received or ultimately being saved. This is what the wise are going to receive salvation, the foolish are not, and we're going to find out why, right? Matthew 22 and 8, Then said he to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Now here in the NLT it says, in Matthew 22 and 8 in the NLT, And he said to his servants, The wedding feast is ready, and the guests I invited aren't worthy to the honor. Those that are not worthy to the honor, right, to receive salvation, would be the foolish virgins we read about in Matthew 25. Matthew 22 and 9, Go ye therefore into the highways, is where we're commanded to go out and teach, to the highways and to the hedges. And as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. And that's what we do day in and day out, all the brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Verse 10, So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. So you got the bad and you got the good. So only the elect are going to be those that are going to stand the test of time, because they were already preordained and predestined, right? So that's the wise, the separation between the wise and the foolish. And that's what we see, that the Most High set everything up, where you have good and you have evil. You have righteousness and you have wickedness. You have the elect and you have the rebellious house, the children of disobedience. So this is the book of Proverbs, the 18th chapter. And I'll start from the top here. Proverbs 18 and verse 1. Now here it says the contrast, the upright and the wicked. This is the difference between the righteous and the wicked, which is the same thing that we read going into, the wedding feast. You got the good and you got the unrighteous. You have the righteous and the unrighteous, right? This is Proverbs 18 and 1. It says, through desire a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. Now it says fools have no delight in understanding. Now let's show that fools have no delight in understanding. So a man that will be a foolish virgin, that's a man that don't have the understanding. They didn't have the oil in the lamp, right? They didn't take any oil with them. That will be foolish. This is Proverbs 1 and 22. And a foolish virgin will be one that wouldn't be walking uprightly. Ultimately, a man that was not of the elect would be known as a foolish virgin. Proverbs 1 and 22, How long Ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. So the scriptures will make it clear to us that how we would identify a man as foolish is he would hate knowledge. He would despise truth. Jeremiah 4:22, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, which means stupid, and they have none understanding. So this is what makes you foolish and stupid, not having understanding and not applying wisdom, not living, according to this rule, this word. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil. So a fool is wise to do wickedness, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So a fool only knows to do wickedness, right? He only knows to be contrary to righteousness. So this is the book of John 3 and verse 18. Matter of fact, I'll go to the point. John 3:20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. So that's the difference. Once again, the contrast between the righteous and the wicked, the wise and the foolish. Right? So a man that is foolish, right? His deeds are evil. He loves wickedness. He prefers, everything that's opposite of righteous, of light, of the Most High, ultimately. That's why it said in Proverbs 1:22, fools hate knowledge, and our people are foolish. Going back to the book of Jeremiah 4:22, right? It says our people are foolish because they have not known the Most High, and they don't have any understanding. They're wise to do evil. So that is what would be one that's foolish, a foolish version. Now, let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 20 and verse 13. It says, a wise man by his words maketh him beloved, but the graces of fools shall be poured out. The graces of fools, right? It says it's going to be poured out. So a wise man, it says, may be known. A wise man by his words maketh him beloved, but the graces of fools shall be poured out. So by his words, that's how a wise man is known, and that's how he becomes beloved. And it brings this to mind. Let me see if I can find it. By his words, a wise man is loved. This is Proverbs 16 and verse 24. And it says, pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bone. So a pleasant word, a wise man is going to be speaking life, as opposed to a man that is wicked. He's going to be doing the opposite. Let me go back one chapter and show that. This is Proverbs 15 and verse 2. It says, the tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. So a mouth of a fool is going to pour out foolishness and also wickedness. Let's stay right here in this chapter and go down. Proverbs 15 and verse 28. And it reads, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. So you would know the difference between a wise man and a foolish, a wise version and a foolish, a man that would be, of the elect, or hoping to be of the elect, and one that wouldn't have any hope or expectation because they're in the spirit that's contrary to one that would be a believer. And so that's another part of the separation between the contrast, if you will, between righteousness and wickedness, is that the expectation of a righteous man is going to line up with his deeds. They're going to be wrought in the Most High, as we read, which is the opposite of a man that don't have that expectation, that truly don't believe ultimately. That's the difference. It's faith. Faith is the difference. And that faith is a gift from the Most High when you read in Ephesians 2 and verse 8. So a wicked man, it says, poureth out evil things. A foolish man is a wicked man. They're one and the same. Because the scriptures also tell us this in the book of Proverbs. Since we're in Proverbs, we're going mostly through Proverbs. Let's show what it says here in Proverbs, the 28th chapter. in making reference to a man that would be evil, wicked, that would not be of the elect. Proverbs 28 and verse 5, it says, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh understand all things, because they have prudence and wisdom that's been given from the Most High through his son Yahweh Shai to the believers, to the elect. But the opposite was not given to a man that has not been endowed with that spirit, with that understanding. So let's go back to the book of Ecclesiasticus and go over one chapter. Ecclesiasticus 21. And I'll go down here to the verse 26. Ecclesiasticus 21 and 26. It says, the heart of fools, which is their mind, their spirit, the heart of fools, it says, is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their heart. That's right. So the heart of fools is in their mouth, the things they say. That's why this Yahweh Shai said, it's not what goeth into a man that defiles him, but what comes out of him. Right? But the mouth of the wise is in their heart. So they have a mind that's well instructed, that's ordered in righteousness because they believe. Now let's show how important that is. This comes to mind here. This is the Proverbs, the 24th chapter, Proverbs 24, showing you the difference of what's in the heart of fools and what's in the heart of those that will be wise. This is Proverbs 24 and verse 9. It says, the thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. So just the thought of foolishness, of wickedness, that's sin. So a wise man is not going to let, sin reign in their mortal body when you read in Romans the 6th chapter. Right? They're not going to dwell with sin, with foolishness. Now, a good example of that, right? This makes it a little clearer through the precepts. What would be an example of the thought of foolishness being sin? Why would the scripture say that? Well, here goes one example. This is Psalm 14 and 1. It says, the fool have said in his heart, there is no God. So a man that would be denying the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. A man that would be saying or not believing that the Most High sent his son in the flesh, that he was not born of a woman and had an earthly father. These sorts of things. These are the basics, right, of a man that would be foolish. And the thought of foolishness. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. See, so any man like that would be a foolish virgin, right? That's abominable. That's wicked works. Those works are wrought in wickedness, not in righteousness. So now we were in Ecclesiasticus 21. Let's go over to 27. Ecclesiasticus 27. And we'll go to verse 13. Ecclesiasticus 27 and 13. The discourse of fools is irksome, and their sport is the wantonness of sin. That's why a man that is wicked, he's constantly in the midst of sin, of wickedness, right? And his discourse, it says, is irksome. So that's irksome to a man that is upright, to a man that loves righteousness. As the scriptures say, you that love the Lord, you hate evil and the evil way. So a man that's opposite of that, that's like oil and like water, it won't mix. Let's read it again. Ecclesiasticus 27 and 13. The discourse of fools is irksome, and their sport is the wantonness of sin, being given over to all the pleasures of their flesh, right? Not having a mind or a spirit, right, that is wanting to be in service to the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. As the scriptures tell us, fear the Lord, the Most High, and keep his commandments. That's the whole purpose, the whole duty of us being here on the earth. So that's irksome to a man, as the scriptures also say that that the believers, that we're like Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So that's the contrast, right? In the spirit, that's the contrast. So now I'm gonna go back here and let's go to Isaiah, get a few more before we get out. This is Isaiah, the 30th chapter. Isaiah 30 and verse 12. Isaiah 30 and 12, and it reads, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, which is the Most High God, Yahweh, because you despise this word, a foolish man despise the truth. Fools hate knowledge. Because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, thus this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out into a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. A man like that is going to actually, be taken out in an instant, right? When the Most High is ready to pronounce that judgment, he's going to be taken out because he's not going to be protected and defended, because the scriptures tell us in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, right? It makes it clear what we're going to need to be defended in these last days. So the opposite of the opposite of a man that would have prudence and a man that would be upright and righteous would be a man that would be in the midst of wickedness and evil, and he wouldn't have wisdom. So what is his defense going to be? Nothing, because sin can't be your defense. The wages of sin is death. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. So that's what the Most High expects, right? He expects us to fear him and actually serve him according to his word, right? Let's get a few on the wise. So we've been talking a little bit about the wise, but mostly about the a man that is foolish or wicked, a foolish virgin. And so there's a lot of foolish virgins, and you can see them, and you would know them by their fruit here in these last days. This is Proverbs 13 and verse 10. It says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. A man of understanding is going to have wisdom. Once again, like it said in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy times, right? That's the well advised. Once again, found here in Proverbs 13. The well advised would be the righteous, would be the wise virgins. Proverbs 13:10 again, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So a man that's well advised would have wisdom. Now here's the importance of wisdom before we close it out, and the wisdom that the wise would possess, or the wise virgins, as opposed to the foolish virgins who didn't have any oil in their lamps, meaning they didn't have the understanding. Ultimately, they didn't have the favor of the Most High. They didn't have faith. They didn't believe. They weren't seeking the truth. They weren't living uprightly. They didn't have that in their spirit. They didn't have a want, or make that a necessity. That's not a necessity to the majority of our people, right? Who might be doing the work for any different number of reasons. Proverbs 1 and verse 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction. So to have this truth is to know wisdom and to be instructed in righteousness, to perceive the words of understanding, right? With all thy getting, get understanding. The scriptures tell us in Proverbs 4:7. Verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to know, right? And to be advised with wisdom. It says justice, knowing what justice is, what righteousness is ultimately, which is what is righteousness in the eyes of the Most High, not in the world per se. And judgment, righteous judgment, and equity, balance. This all comes from the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Proverbs 1 and 4, to give subtlety to the simple, which the scriptures tell us that this wisdom converts us from foolish to wise. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. That's wisdom. That's how you get and obtain wisdom, is by coming back, to the Most High and coming back to this word. Proverbs 1 and 5, a wise man will hear, it says, and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsels. And that would be starting with this truth. That would be wise counsels. This is verse 6, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Verse 7, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, of knowledge. Let me read that again. Proverbs 1 and 7, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So that's the difference. Fools despise wisdom and instruction, as opposed to a man who loves righteousness, who is a man that would love the Most High, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. So I pray this lesson was edifying to the believers, to the elect of the nation of Israel, the Habakaryim. May the Most High continue to Barak HaKwadash Ayar Yerushalayim. May he continue to bless the elect, right, of the nation of Israel. All praises, honor, and glory be to our God, our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All praises, honor, and glory be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel, and Barakim La, Habayath, Madabada. Blessings to the house of David, which are your brothers laboring day in and day out, giving all diligence, making your calling of election sure. Help us seal the elect of the nation of Israel, for the return of our Lord Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is at hand, and to the Akim Wa Akwath, brothers and sisters that also listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Unto you I say Shalom.